Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new Carnage Gaming video. Today we are going to be doing a little update on the pro scene, going over all of the teams who signed who from Europe, North America, South America, Asia, and Oceania. Now admittedly, I watch a lot more North American and European CS than any other region, but we will still go over the major teams, go over who they've picked up, who we think they might be picking up, who their captains are, all sorts of stuff like that, and I'll even talk about who I have some predictions for in them winning some tournaments. So to start, I'm going to scroll down because I'm not familiar with many of these teams in the European scene, but G2 is going to be the first big European team that we see. These are all of the players for G2. I'm not going to try and pronounce all of their names because I know I will mess up some of them, but obviously we've got Mixwell as the captain, a great player, and then David P as well. Some of my favorite European players. G2, honestly, in my opinion, right now is the best European Valorant team, maybe best team in the world. We'll have to see. I think they are the best team in the world. It's just tough to call since they haven't played any North American teams. But from watching the VODs and the highlights, it seems like they just are very much coordinated and much more coordinated than the North American teams. Obviously could change. Maybe North America is better, but right now I think Europe is better than North America. Next we have Godsent, another pretty good team. I'd put them up at the top tier of EU. Great team. I've seen them play a couple times. Very fun to watch. Same with NIP, Ninjas in Pajamas. One of my favorite European teams to watch. Super fun. They play a super weird play style. They're kind of innovating the meta, I'd say, which is another very cool thing. We got some Lithuanian teams. Again, pause this video at any point if there's a team you specifically want to see. Then we got Team Liquid, which is really interesting because I believe this is an entire team of UK players. So an entire team of British players minus Scream. Scream's Belgium. From Belgium, and he speaks French, so I guess he also speaks English. I've obviously watched his stream. I just don't know how that team dynamic works exactly, because these four, Cryptix, Link, Soulcast, and EC1S are all from Great Britain, which is very interesting to me that they would sign a Belgian player such as Scream, especially such a high-profile ex-Counter-Strike pro. Signing to Team Liquid, definitely an interesting sign right there. And then Vodafone Giants, I've never heard of them, to be completely honest. If you have any information on some of these teams, let me know in the comment section down below, because a lot of these teams, I don't really know many players on them. Like Starter from CS, I know who Happy is. I don't know any of these other players, I don't think. Same with a lot of these other teams. Like maybe I know one player or two players here and there, but a lot of these teams I don't know. So educate me if there's a team I need to keep my eye on. Let me know in the comment section below. Now, to the North American scene, I know most of these teams, and we start with 100 Thieves. They just dropped their entire roster to pick up Nitro. It used to be Hiko plus 4 PUBG professionals that have transferred to Valorant. They just dropped those 4 players, and now Nitro has been picked up. What I assume happened is I assumed Hiko did not have much say in the 4 PUBG pros getting picked up. Now, after that happened, Hiko was upset. He wanted to be able to pick what players played for him, considering he's the captain. So they let him choose, and he has chosen Nitro as his first pick. This is obviously a guess because we don't know exactly the inner workings of it, but he does have history with Nitro. I know that they go way back into the CS days, and I'm sure they have a great team chemistry going. They'll probably figure out who to pick up next within these next couple weeks, and I really don't know what players are left that haven't been picked up. They've got the 2 high-profile IGL-type players, those star players in their lobby already. It'll be interesting to see how that goes on. Built by Gamers hasn't been performing that well. Same with China to win. Cloud9, obviously a huge team with Tins, Relics, Mitch, Shinobi, and Vice. I see this team as being one of those teams that ends up actually lasting a while. I think they might switch out one of these players, whether it's Mitch or Vice, I'm not sure, but I think one player, one slot might end up getting rotated a good bit. But I can see Cloud9 sticking around for a while, just with Tins' leadership and ability to frag, as well as this entire team composition working together day and night to get themselves better. I could see Cloud9 definitely being a top tier NA team very soon. And now the newest team signing, this is pretty recent, I think maybe this morning or a couple days ago, I'm not sure. Dignitas actually signed the entire team almost of Team Homeless. All 5 of these players were playing for Team Homeless, performing really well. I believe they placed 4th in the recent FaZe Clan qualifier. They've placed pretty high in these past tournaments, so it's really interesting to see Dignitas pick them up. This is an obvious smart move by Dignitas and by these players. Now they have an org backing them. They can probably get a house, get more money, all sorts of good stuff that they all need in order to 1, survive, and 2, become better Valorant players. So they got Psalm, Def, Poised, and Superman. Superman is one of my favorite players to watch. He is insane and very, very underrated. So if you're looking for a player to watch that's kind of an underrated player, not many people talk about him, go check out Superman because his gameplay is wild. Dignitas female team I have not seen much from. Echo 8 only with 2 of them, Aaron and Brando. Interesting to see how some of these teams that are still missing players end up filling those slots in. FaZe Clan with Corey, Zachary, Marv, Baby Bay, and Raucus. Very interesting composition. I'm a huge fan of FaZe Clan in general. I'm not sure how their Valorant team is going to perform. I hope the best for them. I'm not too hopeful though. I hope they do good, but I'm not placing any bets on them anytime soon. Genji Esports, a great team. I put them definitely at the top of the NA scene right now. They've been winning a lot of tournaments, doing very well. And that's Effie's GMD. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. Michael and Player 1, which is Kevin. Very good team. Very fun to watch as well. Awesome in the tournaments. And then Team Homeless has obviously been changed to Dignitas. We see this is the old Team Homeless roster, now signed to Dignitas. Let's see if we can get this on the same screen. So yeah, we got Psalm, Def, Poised, and Superman. They just dropped Lasky and have the rest of the team. We'll see why Lasky didn't join. I'm not sure. Maybe he didn't get offered because he hasn't been playing as well. Who knows? Team Immortals, great team as well. Kind of underrated. I think that they have very good potential here. They've got some great players that aren't talked about much. So if you're looking for another one of those teams that's underrated, go check out Immortals. Renegades is decent. I've seen them play before. I wouldn't place them at the same level as like Cloud9 or even, you know, TSM, even Immortals. I would place them lower than that. Still have potential, but I think they need to get a lot of things straight before they actually end up going in to some tournaments, some of the bigger tournaments. Sentinels, great team. Shazam 6, Sinatra, Zoms, and Dapper. Amazing squad. I love watching Sentinels play with Shazam. Oh, man, there's so many good things about this team. Shazam and Sinatra end up doing it for me and make me a huge fan of this team. So if they're ever playing, I'm usually rooting for them, assuming we don't have our team TSM playing. But now T1. T1, old CSGO pros, a lot of them, if not all of them, I believe. Many of them, the old squad that ended up getting banned back in the day for match fixing. All of them except for Skadoodle were permanently banned from the scene. So going into Valorant, obviously very high hopes for them. Hopefully they do well. I'm a little nervous because they started out as one of the best teams because they were the first team. But at the same time, they've kind of fallen off. I feel like some of these other teams are putting in more work to their team compositions, their actual play, whereas T1 maybe kind of felt comfortable. So hopefully that changes and they get that hunger to win again because they haven't been placing very well. T1 Academy, just these up-and-coming pros. Go check them out if you do want to. Team Envy, the homies. I'm trying to get a video out playing with Team Envy. I'm trying to add some of them and play with some of them. So we'll hopefully get some games in with them. If you ever see one of their videos or streams, go ahead and hop in there and say Carnage wants to play. And yeah, great team. I've seen them scrim a lot. I've seen them scrim with Pure, one of the other homies. And honestly, I'm pretty excited to see where they go. I'm not exactly sure how they perform against some of the top tier teams. Recently, I don't think they've played that much in you know, the tier 1 Cloud9 TSM meta area. But I think this is a team that's going to innovate the meta eventually. And I'm really excited to see where it goes. And then TSM, obviously, my favorite team. Probably the best team in the world in maybe Europe as well right now. We got Cutler, we got Hayes, Wardell, Sabrosa, and Drone, as well as Taylor coaching them. And boys, this is my favorite team for one simple reason, and it's the fact that Myth is coaching them, and we get that inside look into Team TSM. Watching Myth's live stream, TSM Myth, if you don't know who I'm talking about, on Twitch, is so funny. TSM Myth's live streams on Twitch while he watches these games is hilarious. Myth has watched some of my videos before. Maybe he sees this one. Shout out to Myth. I highly suggest go and check out that stream whenever any tournament goes on, because I promise watching TSM play gives you a new heart for them. You start to really like that team, and honestly, I think it's a great play overall for their team, as well as just for the outside perspective looking into the team. It makes them look really, really good. I think we are going to stop there. I'm going to see Cloud9 South Korea is a really cool team to watch, as well as Absolute Jupiter. This team has been crazy recently. I have seen gameplay with them. T1 South Korea, also seen gameplay with them, and that's about it. So that has been the end of this video. Let me know what you thought. If you're still watching to the end, you're an absolute psychopath because you just watched me talk about pro teams for over 9 minutes. Thank you for watching to the end. Obviously, I appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. Let me know if I need to be educated on any of these teams, because I do admit I am not the most educated in the pro scene currently, especially when it comes to anywhere outside of North America. I'm pretty non-cultured. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.